happy practicing at home. I hope you enjoy this sequence. As always, send me feedback if there's something that you want to practice or an area of the body you want to work on or feel liberated or build strength. I'm definitely here for it. So we're going to start with your 2 blocks. Put them at the top of the mat and we'll find downward facing dog using the blocks. So the blocks will be your traditional hands distance apart in downward facing dog, so about shoulder width distance. You can set up the hands a little closer to the feet or not. Hips to the sky, heels may plug all the way down to the ground, and you can walk the blocks in close enough for that to happen. Just take 5 breaths. Last 2 breaths, keep sending the hips higher towards the sky. Good. Inhale high into the tippy toes. Lots of little steps to the top of the mat, and as you get closer, you may bring the blocks to their higher setting so that this first forward fold, and you feel free to bend the knees as much as you want. Belly's on the thighs. Hands can be on the blocks so you can focus on the top of the head, drawing closer to the ground and not just the hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. One more, inhale, lift halfway. Reach the heart forward. You can come up onto the fingertips. Exhale to fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Rise all the way up, reach up. Exhale, prayer hands to the heart. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hinge at the hips, soft bend in the knees, fold forward, hands back to the blocks. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Broaden the blocks wider than your mat so you have space. Plant the hands, step back, high plank. Take in the inhale. Open the mouth, exhale. Inhale. Lower all the way to the belly. Untuck your toes. Light pressure through the tops of the feet, light pressure through the palms. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, release, forehead to the ground. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Press back, child's pose. Knees go wide, big toes touch. On the inhale, draw forwards, cow pose, drop the belly and lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, knee to the nose, draw the shoulders forward. Inhale, press back, lift the leg. Exhale, step in between the hands, runner's lunge. So take the time to make sure your blocks are about hip distance down the mat. Bring your back knee down, hands to the sky. Low lunge. We'll interlace hands behind the head first. Lean back into the script. Broaden your elbow tips. So keep letting the hips sink, but constant pressure through the right foot. Inhale, hands to the sky. And then right hand to the block, left hand up and over to the right. The hips keep sinking. Maybe you bring the block down a level. 3 breaths. And then up through center. Left hand to the block, right hand up and over. Maybe you bring the block down a level. Keep pulling the left hip bone forward. Come up through center. Both hands to the blocks. I prefer them on highest height. Half splits. Draw your hips back. Today, let's walk the hands as far forward as you can. So you think Down dog arms and half split legs. 3 more breaths. Good. Rebend the right knee. Let's plant the hands, so move the blocks. Press back, right leg high. Bend the knees, stack the hips. On the exhale, knee to the right elbow, shift forward. Press back, bend the knees, stack the hips. Exhale, cross the body, shift the shoulders forward. Press back, right leg high. Exhale, step forward, runner's lunge. Left foot steps forward, forward fold. Sink your hips, chair pose, just one big inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale, hands can come up the legs, all the way to the thighs. Exhale to fold. Mountain pose, inhale, reach all the way up. Lion's breath, back bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Step back, high plank. Find the inhale. Open the mouth, exhale. Inhale, shift forward, lower halfway. Roll over your toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, leg lift. Exhale, step in between the hands. Take the time to send the blocks to the hip point. Bring your back knee down, hands to the sky. Interlace hands behind the head, lean back into the grip. Broaden the elbows. Lift your heart, press through the left heel. Inhale, hands to the sky. Left hand comes to the block. Right hand up and over. Keep sending the left ribs forward. Maybe you come down on the block. Come up through center. Right hand to the block. Left hand up and over. This right hip keeps coming forward. Maybe you go down to a lower height of the block. Come up through center, both hands to blocks. It can be highest height. Draw the hips back, half splits. Variation where you walk the hands far forward, down dog arms, half split legs. 5 breaths. Good, let's rebend the left knee. Weight into the hands. Press back, left leg high, bend the knee, stack the hip. Exhale, knee to the left elbow. Inhale, press back, bend the knee, stack the hip. Exhale, cross the body. Inhale, press back. Exhale, step in between the hands. Right foot steps forward, forward fold. Sink the hips, chair pose, hands to the sky. One inhale. Airplane the arms, exhale. Mountain pose, inhale, reach up. Lion's breath, back bend, exhale. Inhale, reach high. Soft bend in the knees, fold forward on the exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Step back, high plank. Let's come down to the forearms, forearm. So we're gonna take 10 cycles of breath. Little hip dips side to side. I'll count us down for 9. These are tiny little movements. Use the core to make them cute. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sphinx pose. Soften the hips to the ground. So you could choose to deepen this belly stretch and back bend by pressing through the palms. So you lift the elbows off the ground. If this happens, press down through the feet and engage your glutes, your butt cheeks to protect your low back. You'll feel the butt engage. One more inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, forehead to the ground. Press back, child's pose. Slow the breath, and that in turn slows the heart rate. 5 breaths. Good. Downward facing dog. Hips go high, heels go low. Press through the inner edge of the heels, if that makes sense. The inner edge of the feet press down. One more breath. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step in between the hands. Inhale, hands to the sky, high lunge. Sit a little lower through the hips. Pull the right hip back, the left hip forward. Exhale, airplane your arms. Inhale, star pose, unravel. Exhale, goddess squat, bend the knees, hands to the heart. Star pose, inhale. Warrior 2, exhale, bend through the right knee, elongate the stance. On the inhale, reverse warrior, grab the right wrist with the left fingers and just pull. So you're growing longer from right hip crease through right fingertips. Exhale, side angle pose. Right forearm to the thigh or the hand to the ground. Left hand reaches overhead, palm faces the ground. Good. Shoulders down from the ears for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse warrior, inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Press back, right leg high in downward facing dog. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward. Inhale, leg lift. Exhale, right elbow. Inhale, leg lift. Exhale, cross the body. Inhale, leg lift. Keep your leg lifted. Walk the hands back to a standing splits. I'm going to bend my leg here, but you could keep yours straight. I like to find this bind, bending the lifted leg. Right hand could be on a block, or I'll bring mine to my ankle if you want this added challenge. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the leg if it's bent, and then just wrap it behind and around your left foot. Hands can be on blocks. And then if we want to deepen this IT band stretch, the hands and the block can walk over to the left. You should feel this through the outer edge of the right hip. Come back through center. Unravel the feet, yogi squat. Drop your hips, prayer hands to the heart. 5 breaths. Move your block aside, hands down, hips high, walk yourself forward, downward facing dog, and we'll take a flow, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, roll over your toes. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. So if you were like me and you found the room behind you sort of got in the way there, let's shift our mat forward just a little bit. See if that can liberate the other side. And move your blocks to the back of the mat. Good. We learned things on the first side, right? Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step up in between the hands. Inhale, hands to the sky, high lunge. So pull your left hip back and draw the right hip forward. Inhale. Exhale, airplane your arms. Star pose, inhale. Goddess squat, exhale. Sit as low as the knees, hands to the heart. Star pose, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Elongate the stance, take up space. Inhale, reverse warrior. Tug through the left wrist with the right fingers. One big inhale. Exhale, side angle pose. Forearm can be to the thigh. Left hand can be to the ground or the ankle. Let's sweep the right hand overhead, palm face down. Draw that right shoulder down away from the ear for 5 breaths. Good, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the ground. Press back, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, leg lifts. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale, leg lifts. Exhale, cross the body. Leg lifts. Now keep the leg lifted. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. Ooh, way better this time. You could keep the left leg lifted. You could bend the knee, grabbing the left foot with the right hand. Left hand could be on blocks or balance challenge to the ankle. 5 breaths. Last 2. Good. Hands to the ground. Wrap the left foot behind and around the right. So both feet are on the ground. Pinky edges of the feet touch. This could be enough if you want more. Walk the hands or the hands and blocks over to the right. You should feel this outer edge of the left hip. Come back through center. Unravel the feet, another yogi squat. Feet are wider than the hips, toes out, heels in. We'll take a twist this time. Left hand down, right hand up to the sky. And then we'll switch. Right hand down, left hand up. Bring both hands down, forward fold. Heel toe the feet. Walk the hands forward, downward facing dog. And then we'll find a flow. Shift forward, high plank, inhale. Lower halfway. Roll over your toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. Lift the right leg high. Half pigeon. Sweep the right knee broader than the wrist so it's outside the hips. Sit up tall first. Let's take 3 breaths here, sitting shoulders stacked over the hips. Try to keep pulling the left hip forward. One more inhale. And then bow over this right shin. Fold forward, half pigeon. We'll take 10 cycles of breath. Come back to your palms. Walk yourself to your hips. Let's press back. Right leg high in down dog. Bend the knees, stack the hips. If you want to flip the dog, you can. Dogs come back around, an optional flow before the left. And then half pigeon on the left leg lifts. Knee outside the wrist, so the knee's wider than the hips. First 5 breaths, let's stay upright, shoulders over the hips. And then you bow forward, fold over the shin. 10 breaths. Come back to the palms. Tuck your right toe, press back, left leg high. Bend the knee, stack the hip. Maybe you flip your dog. Dogs come back around, final flow if you want. High plank. Lower halfway. Roll over your toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Come through to a seat. And we'll just lay onto our backs and take one active back bend. Take a bridge pose today. So bend the knees, soles of the feet to the ground, arms along the body. Press through the feet, especially the big toe side of the foot. On the inhale, lift the hips. You can roll the shoulders under. I'm going to take a version today where I walk the shoulders close enough to grab the ankles. And from there, keep lifting the hips. Keep the thighs drawing together. 10 breaths. Final 5. One more inhale. Lower the hips to the ground. Let's sway the knees. You can walk the shoulders out. And then soles of the feet together, knees wide. Hand to the belly, hand to the heart. Use the hands to guide the knees up to the chest. I like to draw them in to lift the low back up and off the ground. And then our final twist. Knees to the right, gaze to the left. Goal post your left arm so you find this nice pec stretch as well. And then knees up through center, knees to the left, gaze to the right, goal post the right arm. Come back through center. Take your blocks to set up for our final shape, corpse pose. I like the blocks under my knees. Releases the low back. You arrive through the breath, and we just take 10 breaths in these corpse poses on these tapes. But of course, if you want to extend that, you can. Find a big inhale. Open the mouth, sigh it out. props to the side, and we'll just curl over our final fetal position. I always like to say you get to choose what comes with you from this practice, what you want to leave here. You give yourself the freedom of being a different person or a different version of yourself than the one who started this practice. Press your way up to a seat. Sit up tall, close the eyes, prayer hands to the heart, and we'll just take one last breath together, me and you. Inhale. Tilt the head back, open the mouth, and exhale. Together we fold forward, bow forward. Thank you for sharing this time. Have a great rest of the day. I hope you enjoy.